Hey guys, I'm making a quick video to show my favorite level 69 weapon farm. There unfortunately aren't too many of them because not even Cromorax drops anything level 69 besides the gearbox loot, which I don't think that's a good reason to fight him. What I do is I go to various vendors, and the item of the day will always be max level. So I visit the locations that have an easy to reach weapon vendor, and the item of the day will always be level 69. The first location is Firestone. Second location is Lucky's Last Chance Watering Hole. In total, I visit 9 locations. There's 10 to 11 weapon vendors, as well as med and ammo vendors, but I don't feel that it's really worth looking at the ammo vendors. And the run total takes about 7 minutes. Guess I'll have a look at the med vendors while I'm here. With the med vendors, it can be either shields or class mods in the item of the day. Class mods aren't really anything, but if you find a shield that's level 69, that can end up being really good. It's a pretty tedious run compared to the Hyperion loot room in the Claptrap DLC or Nox. One thing to note about New Haven is that there's a possible 2 weapon vendors. No med vendor. But the second weapon vendor is right here. It isn't always exposed. Sometimes the door is closed on it, but it appears like you've got a 50-50 chance for it to be open or not. This time it was open, so there's 2 weapon vendors in that one. The next stop is Old Haven. This one I added in because I'm the Siren, and I can use Phase Walk to hit the weapon vendor here in under a minute. Your mileage may vary depending on which class you're using and where you're at, but I love the Siren as a class in Borderlands 1. I find her to be the best class, for just general utility. Unfortunately, it isn't a legendary in the item of the day, but I've seen plenty of those. Oh. Just running back to the fast travel station. Next to Salt Flats. This one's also a teeny bit of a run, but it isn't too far. It isn't uncommon to find max level class mods, which is why I don't really value them. You can find them anywhere at that level. Next stop is middle of nowhere. But max level weapons are very difficult to find. Aside from the item of the day in vendors, you can get them from loot goons that have chests on their backs. Those are not easy to reliably farm. The vault, that's repeatedly farmable. Okay, so there's a level 69 Thanatos. I'm not going to buy it. I don't particularly care for that gun, but this is the type of thing that you can find doing this run. It's not really doable to farm max level weapons any other way. And then the Underdome. So this is the Moxie DLC. It does have one of each vendor close to the fast travel station, which is why I include it. Afterwards, the vault. I'm just including this because technically there is a guaranteed level 69 weapon. One of the chests always has a gearbox weapon. here, in case you haven't collected them. This one's the Sucker Punch repeater pistol. But you know, I mean, this place is kind of cool to just like, you know, if you need relics, this chest always has relics, etc. And you just want to make sure that when you visit the vault, you do so from a DLC, so that the chests always spawn. If you fast travel in or you spawn here, the chests won't show up. So you can't repeatedly farm it unless you're fast traveling in from a DLC. And then finally, we're gonna go to Tartarus Station. This one's also a little bit of a run, but it has 2 weapon vendor, 2 med vendor, and 2 ammo vendor, as well as the Tartarus loot room. So for the, you know, 30 seconds or whatever it takes to get down there, I feel that this is a really good one to include. Another good thing about the vault, fast travel spot, and this one is that if you find yourself low on cash to buy stuff that you want, you can get loot for free from the chests and sell that off, so that you'll always have enough money if you do find cool things to buy. The only requirements for this full run is that you beat the Claptrap DLC on playthrough 2 to have access to this room, and you beat the main story playthrough 2 so that you have access to the vault. But that's about it. And then from here you can loot the stuff, or just quit out, respawn, and then do it again. And yeah, it's about 10-11 max level weapons in around 7 minutes. I find this to be the most effective way by far to end up with max level weapons if you do choose to farm them. Cromerax isn't really worth it, and finding them in the wild isn't that easy either. So that's what it is. Thank you very much for watching.